Hello and welcome to the incredibly influential and highly successful podcast. I'm incredibly influential.
And I'm highly successful.
Today is Sunday, December 4th, as we were recording this. I want to dedicate this episode to Dear God, why are there so many colleges? Why? Why are there so many fucking colleges to choose from, dude? What the fuck? There's so many. So, as you guys might be aware, if you listen to the podcast or if you know me personally, I am finishing up my associate's degree at a 2-year school. I'm right about to transfer to a 4-year institution, and it's really hard to find like the right place for you, especially considering that 4-year universities are like almost completely different to what you currently are doing. Because where I'm at is basically about the size of my high school, maybe a little bit bigger. Um, there's like uh all the same building, I guess. They're all connected. They used to be separate buildings, and like some parts were like attached, and they're connected across a little creek by like a sky bridge walkway type thing. Um but like I some of the places I've toured were the University of Illinois at Urbana Champaign, and it's massive. It is literally like a small city. Like dozens of buildings, uh, uh thousands of people, like over 50,000 students alone, and then 18-to-1 faculty ratio means thousands of faculty as well. It's insane. Um, yeah, and then I toured a different university as well, and then that one was totally different. And all the universities I've toured were good in like a variety of different ways, and I have like no concept of like, oh, this is what a good university is, and this one isn't. So it's like all this to say is I'm spoiled for choice, and that's a good problem to have, but it is still a fucking problem, and it's really hard to choose. Um, yeah, so that's how my weekend was. Oh, and I sprained my fucking back again. Hilarious. It was really funny. Um, uh, all right, I'm asking you a question, Danny. Do you think I should tell the story of how I did it if it's embarrassing? Like, do I want to live this? Do I want to put this out there so I can never live it down just for short term, haha, funny? Is that something we should do? Should I put that out?
Um, well, I feel like for the content you have to, right? You know,
Uh,
for
I
the
mean,
content, you should just go for it. Do it, man.
uh, all right. You know what? Fuck it. So like, I as of recording this, I haven't told you, and then I think I've only told my mom and one of my friends who I talk to a lot. But so again, recap of this weekend. I toured 2 colleges. One was in Urbana Champaign, and one was in a little town called Macomb, Georgia, or Macomb, Georgia. No, Macomb, Illinois. I think I'm thinking of like Macon, Georgia. I don't know. Either way, um, so I we had just gotten there. Um, we had just gotten dinner, and we were heading back to our hotel. And I was thinking, I was like, "Yo, mom, can we stop someplace? I really got to shit." So we stopped at some place for me to, use the bathroom, and uh I had already been having some back pain from Thanksgiving. I think was when it started. So I think I had heard it on Wednesday, and it had just taken a minute to figure itself out on Thanksgiving. And it had just started to get better that night. So tour number one was down. We just got to make Macomb, and went to a little store to go to the bathroom. And as I'm pulling up my pants from the vicious toilet battle that I had just fought, I had bent over too far, and it strained my back, and I fucking pulled like one or two muscles there all at once, and it hurt like a bitch the whole night. And then fucking, oh my god. So we bought some, thankfully where we're at, like one of those like farm and fleet stores. So they sold like some liniments, right, with camphor. Oh my god. You gotta put that shit on with gloves. I made the mistake of not doing that, and like if you can wash it off like in the sink a little bit, but that does not help. You gotta like scrub that shit out. So like I accidentally rubbed my eye. Ooh, that was painful. So for like the better part of like half an hour, that was my living situation, was fucking burning my eye off, and yeah, it was very painful. Um but yeah, that was how I spent my Friday night. And the Bucks lost. I don't even remember the game anymore. I was watching Bucks v Lakers while it happened, and the fucking Lakers beat my Bucks, and I'm really upset. I'm not that big into basketball, but it's something that tied me over until baseball. Fuck, man. They shouldn't have won. The Lakers were terrible this year, and yet they still beat my Bucks, and I'm very upset. So yeah, that was my weekend. Tomorrow is Monday as of recording this, and yeah, it's a bitch. How was your weekend, co-host? How how
Um,
how was yours?
well, Jennifer's birthday is today. So we celebrated on the weekend. On Friday, I ended up going to the store to prepare a little gift, right? Because the gifts that I was gonna get her, uh, they didn't come in time. So I was like, let me get her something, and that way she has something when she comes over, right? And the rest of her gifts she'll get later on. So I went to the store. I got like a little weaved basket, right? And my little and then I ended up getting a whole bunch of snacks, gift cards, the whole thing. I found a little like wrap for it, like how you see like those gift baskets, how they have a little plastic wrap on it, right?
Yeah.
Got the bow, I got the whole thing. And then I went to a different store and I bought a vase and some flowers.
Mhm.
So I had that all set up for her when she got here. And
Mhm.
then after she got here, we ended up going to this little Harry Potter event that she had been looking forward to. And that was an interesting, there was dancing, there was like a little bit of a show, like an interactive sort of thing. You got to walk around, look at a whole bunch of stuff, talk to people, the whole thing, right? All her little Harry Potter dreams. I ended up getting her a little advent calendar that they had at the gift shop, right? So she has a little advent calendar now. So that's fun, you know. She has her little thing, right? Saturday, I ended up kind of just relaxing because she ended up going off to do a little bit of homework that she needed to catch up on, right? So I relaxed and then we met back up. We went to eat. We went to Saltgrass, right? And Saltgrass is, you know, it was all right. I liked it. You know, we both ended up getting chicken. Uh, I wasn't really feeling like steak at the moment, you know, so I was like, oh, let's just get chicken. Chicken's always a safe option, right? Then we went home. I slept for a bit, and I woke up with a couple hours before work, and I did some homework. I turned everything in on time, because everything's usually due Sunday night, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to risk, you know, getting home late from work, you know, so I got everything done before work. And now, you know, now I just have to do my final little assignments this week, right? The assignments are a little bit bigger this week, because I gotta go for art. I gotta go visit a museum, do a little museum review, right? It can be virtual or in person, but I think I'm just gonna go in person, right? There's
Might
a
as well. It's
nice,
probably free.
it's not free, but
Well, then
I
you're getting
did
fucked.
see that there is a little asterisk next to the pricing, right? And
Mm-hmm.
there's a whole bunch of like conditions that can either get you a discount or get you a free entry, right? And one of the conditions to get a free entry, it says college student doing an art related assignment. And I was like, that's me, right? So
Mm-hmm.
technically for me it will be free. It's usually not free though. I think it's like I think it's $19 regular, and then it's 12 if you're a college student. And then you know they have different pricing for different things, like if you're younger, if you're this, if you're that, you know. Um, so I would have had to pay $12, but now I have to pay no dollars. Very nice, very nice.
I would say get your fill while you're going for free,
I
because
was
any.
I did look up the museum a little bit, and I found a nice piece of art that I'd like to review because that's kind of the part of the assignment, right? Is you have to pick a piece of art to review. So unless I find a better piece of art in person, that might be the one I choose. Um, for government, I have to write a 4-page paper, you know, which yeah, it's all right. And then for technical writing, it's the one that I feel like the most I'm not looking forward to, right? Um, it's a little hard to describe, but what they want me to do is to do a proposal, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the proposal from the examples and just from everything that she's saying here, you know, it looks to be pretty involved, you know, because all the examples, you know, have like a title page, then they have like a table of contents, you know, and all that, and they all look like way more pages than I'd like to have to do. But I suppose I'll figure out I'll figure that out when I start working on that, right? So I'm probably gonna try to work a little bit throughout the week instead of procrastinating because it doesn't look like it's gonna be very good to procrastinate this time around. But that's the whole thing. There's other things going on with like things that I've been into, but that's pretty much everything that I've been doing, you know?
Yeah. Um. I guess I would say I've been to some of the uh better, quote unquote, art museums, um, I would say get your fill while you go for free, because paying any amount of money to go to an art museum is paying too much money to go to an art museum. Go for free if you
I don't
can.
I don't think it's that bad, you know. I enjoy, just having fun experiences, as much as I do like staying home, playing my games, watching movies, just relaxing, Um, I like doing new things, because I'm not the person that goes out to the bar. I'm not the person that goes out to the mall, So for me, it's those little one-off kind of adventures, right? Kind of like me going to the musical, me going to like this little Harry Potter thing, right? We can just add the museum to that ever-growing list of small little things that I've tried, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, it's not something that I'd probably do ever again, but for just for the first time, might as well, right? It doesn't sound too bad.
Like I said, if you're only going to do it one time, or if you want to only do it one time, just make sure you get your fill now, instead of just rushing through it for the school assignment and then being like, oh, maybe I want to go again. Because you don't. You don't want to go again. You really don't. Trust me. It's a waste of an afternoon. You
Well,
go.
I don't plan on being there all day, but I'll probably skim the whole museum until I find my favorite section in the museum, and then I'll probably stick in that section, right? I don't want to just find one section and stick to only one section, right? I'm probably gonna try to browse the entire museum at least a little bit, and before I settle on one area, right? Because the
Mm-hmm.
assignment, the way it is formatted, right, is I need to do a review of the entire museum, and then a more detailed review of one section of the museum, and then a more detailed review of one piece of art from that section of the museum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, like I said, I'll do a little bit of everything, and then I'll focus on one section, and then I'll focus on one piece. That's kind of
Does
how it was.
does the piece have to be from the same section, or can the piece
Well,
be from a different section?
I would assume it would have to be from the same section. That's how I'm gonna do it, at least.
Might as well. If you're if you wanted to do that section, you don't want to spend your whole time writing there, then pack back up to go to a third location. It's fucking stupid. No, just find one in the section that you're writing about. But yeah, no, just get your fill. It's a big fucking waste of money, especially fucking modern art museums. I swear to God. Andy
Well,
Warhol, Andy Warhol made a fucking generation of idiots who thought they could be profound and intelligent by taking pictures of just random shit and just making random bullshit and
I definitely
saying,
feel like some types of art aren't really. I don't really get it. I don't really think it's for me. I don't really see the point of it, but somebody enjoys it. So even though I don't get it, even though I don't really understand it, hey man, y'all do you. I prefer like the type of artwork that I've been like looking at for my assignment so far, right? Have been uh like I did Renaissance painting for one of my assignments, right? And I did statues for one of my assignments, right?
mm-hmm,
But Renaissance has always been my favorite, just period in general. So I'm probably gonna find the Renaissance area or something similar, maybe Greek Renaissance, somewhere like that. They seem to always have pretty good art, I think.
yeah, yeah. If it's a fucking art museum in Houston, I doubt it's got all that much in the way of like famous pieces, like the really good
Well,
stuff.
they, the thing is, as a not art person, the only pieces that I would have heard of are the super duper big ones, right?
I've
Which
seen
mean
some of
that,
those.
you know, so I doubt it would have any of those really big ones, that I've heard of before. Um, because those pieces are probably, in the bigger art museums, or maybe they're in, the places where they were created, which would make sense, right? Because if I like Italian artwork, it's probably in Italy, or most of it is, anyways, right?
Yeah, as someone who has been to Italy and seen all that shit, I can attest. And
Right. But I'm sure they have a decent selection of lesser known pieces that I'll still appreciate. The piece that I was talking about a minute ago that I said that I thought was pretty decent, I think was just called I noticed that some of the artworks names are just what the artwork is. Is that how artwork is supposed to be named? If it's like a girl sitting, you just put girl sitting as the title, I guess, man. That's not what
you
the artwork
could.
was, but I noticed that a lot of pieces of art that I like was looking on the website were titled very simply like that. And hey, man, it gets the job done, I guess. No, but the one I saw was, I think, Orpheus leading Eurydice out of the underworld. That seemed like a pretty decent painting from what I saw, and I was like, I like the story behind it too, right? So but like I said, if I find something better, maybe I'll do that. But out of all the ones I saw online, that was the one I liked most.
Yeah, I'm I'm definitely more of a landscapes man myself. There was a uh at the Idle Yorg in Indianapolis, there was like a western section, and there's this like amazing, very detailed two canvas painting of the Grand Canyon that I really enjoy. Um, but I've been to the Met, I've been to the Uffizi, I've been to the Vatican, I've been to the place where they put that motherfucker David. Um, that's the real name of the statue, by the way. It's that motherfucker David. Um, and there was this one painting in the basement of the Uffizi that I think is really the best uh, uh, one they have in Italy. It's called Allegory of Vanity. Look it up if you have the time. It's let me tell you the artist. It's De Pareda. He did a good job on that one. Uh, I think that's like one of the only art pieces worth going to a museum for, and they put it in the fucking basement, which shows how fucking tasteless most art directors are. But what I will say about the Met, if we're on the subject of art museums, what I will say about the Met that is absolutely fucking ballin' is they took an entire temple, like an entire ancient Egyptian temple, and they packed it up block by block, and they took that shit from Egypt all the way to New York City and built it in a section of the Met, and it's got like a water feature around it. It's got like mood lighting to like make you feel like you're actually in ancient Egypt, and it looks the damn fucking same. It looks really cool. They straight up just built a fucking ancient Egyptian temple, brick by brick, in fucking New York City, and that's pretty damn pimpin'. And also, a lot of the full plate armors in the arms and armor section have cod pieces, which is really cool because you can see their metal ding dong plates, and that's pretty fucking epic. Uh, I think we should probably do a little ad read now that we're now that we've brought up shiny metal ding dong plates. So stay tuned. This episode has been generously sponsored by skunknuggetparenting.com, run by my own talented mother. Parenting is hard. Sometimes kids and parents are like night and day. It can be very hard to get on the same page with them, and a lot of parents have anxiety that maybe they're doing it all wrong. Luckily, there is a service out there that can help. Skunk Nugget Parenting Solutions is a company that provides parent coaching services, resource referrals, and psychological profiling, along with 24/7 phone and text access in an all virtual program. Plus, the first consultation is free. In order to get this amazing service, please visit skunknuggetparenting.com. That is skunknuggetparenting.com. Thank you to Skunk Nugget Parenting Solutions for sponsoring this episode. Thank you all for listening. And now, back to the podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. Thank you guys very much for staying tuned. And let's move on from talking about one kind of art to another. Okay, because I've been thinking about this for a while, and I think it needs to be said. Danny, have you ever heard the song "Before He Cheats" by Carrie Underwood?
Yeah, man, I listened to that one the other day.
Okay, are you being sarcastic or?
No, I actually went on my country playlists on my music app, and it was like the third or fourth song that played.
Are you familiar with the chorus?
The chorus, yeah.
I think he's just talking out of his ass, everyone. I think he is.
Why?
Can you tell us how that first line goes?
But he don't know.
Tell us, not sing it.
And then it goes, I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped up 4-wheel drive.
All right, there you.
I carved my name into his leather seat.
Yes, you know what? I stand corrected.
Slugger to both
yes,
headlights.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay. We're only focusing on that first line. Why
are you doubting me? I told you I listened to it like a day ago, or a couple days ago at this point.
You just sounded very sarcastic, and I should have gotten it from when you said country playlist, but I had thought, he might know who Carrie Underwood is, but he doesn't know the song, so maybe he was just being sarcastic for shits and gigs. No, you know what?
No,
I stand corrected.
That song's a banger. What are you talking about?
Okay, but we're gonna analyze this. We're gonna break it down, and I'm gonna tell you why that first line is wrong. Carrie Underwood, if you're listening to this, and I know you are, you need to fix your song. Okay? And here's why. So, you know how you can basically put like a whole bunch of adjectives in front of a noun, right? And it's like stupid, ugly, dumb, moronic.
No, I get it, but where are we going with this?
So you can put a whole bunch of adjectives in front of a noun. In which case, this is drive, aka car. 4-wheel drive is purpose noun. Pretty souped up is an opinion, because it's all right. Here's the categories of adjectives broken down, right? You've got opinion in order of how you're supposed to write them, because there's an order for this, and if you say it out of order, it sounds really weird. Opinion, size, age, shape, color, origin, material, purpose. Those are in order. So here's the classic example. Lovely little old rectangular green French silver whittling knife. That sounds right? All those sound in order. Works perfectly. But here's the problem. Pretty little souped up 4-wheel drive. You've got the order wrong, because Souped Up is not anything other than an opinion. It is not a sage. It is not a size, an age,
Why are
a
we
shape,
doing
a
like
color.
have we really
Yes, yes.
like have
We're
we really ran
fixing this
out of
song.
so much
We are fixing
content
this song.
that
Yes,
we're resulting to just grammar, policing a really really old song that came out.
it's
I
not that
feel
old.
like I feel like that song's been out for like maybe 10 years at this point.
Oh, more than
Maybe
that.
way
More than that.
maybe,
More than that. Yeah,
exactly. That's why I'm like, why now? Why at all? Why?
because it's been bothering me since the song came out.
It
Because
sounds
it needs
fine
to
to
be
me.
fixed. No, 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 no. All right, all right. Have you ever, if you had a bunch of uh a bunch of lizards, and you said, "Oh, those are some green great lizards," that sounds fucking terrible. That sounds awful, right? It's wrong because we have an order. We
Look,
have
I hear you. I
rules.
just feel like maybe this is not the hill to die
No,
on.
we're dying on this hill. We are dying on this hill because Carrie Underwood is a fucking multi goddamn millionaire off
All
a
right, I
song that
guess.
is wrong. And I want millions of dollars too. And if
Okay, well
I
maybe
don't,
you should make a song that's wrong instead of correcting a song, because I don't think anybody got rich off of correcting that song. I think that
because nobody's done it yet but me. I'm recognizing this lucrative market and I'm stepping in. I'm hopping in this market and I'm like, you know what? You know what? I want a writing credit when she re-releases the song with the corrected chorus. I want a
well, it
writing
it
credit.
probably won't have the same like flow if she does the chorus differently.
Why? It's the same flow. I carve my key into the side of his souped up pretty little four-wheel drive. It
No,
flows.
see,
Flows.
you just ruined it.
Pretty
That's just you just have
The
you just
flow was whack before. Pretty little souped up four-wheel drive. No, that sound. Not only does that flow wrong,
you
the
know what? Let
meter
me
is
tell
bad.
you that felt right. I don't know what you just did, but that felt right.
I feel like you're just opposing me on this because it's me who's saying it. I feel like if I got any other person to say it, you would agree with them on this. I feel like you're just opposing me because it's me.
No, I'm opposing you because you're wrong.
No, no, because
But
souped up pretty little four, it flows. You ride on it a little bit, you fucking ride on it, dude. It's
uh-huh. You're
I
I
don't know.
don't
I was
I
gonna say,
don't
I
about
was
you,
gonna
man.
say,
I feel
uh,
like you should just sit down, just 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 think about
no,
like
no,
where
no.
how you got
This
here
is
for a second,
this
because
is
I feel like maybe
Here's how I got here. Here's how I got here. By being correct, by sticking to my guns and my morals, and understanding we can't just let artists do this to us. We can't just let them get away with this shit. Okay, somebody's got to stand up for us, for the little guy, right?
does somebody
Somebody's
have
got to
to
do it. Yes.
do,
Yes. Somebody
they?
needs to. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they do. And if that person has to be me, if I have to die on that hill, then I shall die heroically with an army of enemies laying at my feet. If that is what it must come to, then I shall die with honor. But fuck you. It sounds better just from a grammatical sense, and it flows better. All I'm saying, Carrie, just try it. Just try it once or twice. Just try it. Just ride that flow. Ride that flow like you're just riding a moped on the streets of Key West with a woman half your age, like I saw Jimmy Buffett. True story. Was that all just a segue to lead into that time I saw Jimmy Buffett on a moped in Key West with a woman half his age? Maybe. I can't control where my stories go. I You know, maybe subconsciously that's what it was, but you know, my conscious mind, I can't control this. I can't follow. I don't have the itinerary of where my train of thought is going to be stopping, at what stations we will be making stops at, you know? I'm along for the ride. I got a ticket to ride. The conductor punched me in. We're just going. That's just how it goes, you know? And we're going to go till we run out of steam. And that's about all as far as I can carry that train metaphor.
As far as
But
you can carry Underwood.
you know what? You know what? You know
Hey.
what? I will give you credit for that one. That is fucking, you know what? Solid. That was a solid 8 out of 10 joke.
Oh, wow.
That is high praise coming from me.
Wow, that's we did it. We made full circle, guys.
I have given you me giving you an 8 out of 10 is probably worth more than a Nobel Peace Prize. So just remember that.
But to you maybe, but like to everybody else, I feel like the Nobel Peace Prize might, just a tiny bit higher.
Don't they give out the Nobel Peace Prize every year?
Yeah.
So you have a 1 in now 8 billion chance to get the Nobel Peace Prize every year.
I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that it's like a lottery. They just give it out to one of the people. You have to earn it by doing something.
But you know, considering they gave it to Malala, who at the time was just a poor girl in Afghanistan who just stood up for her beliefs and got punished for it, but was lucky enough to survive. You know, anyone can earn a Nobel Peace Prize. Anyone. You know? Like, it doesn't matter where you're born, the circumstances of it. What matters is what you do. So, you know, you again, anyone has a 1 in 8 billion chance of winning the Nobel Peace Prize. That being said, that is probably less scarce than getting an 8 out of 10 from me. So I would say if value if the value of something is based on scarcity, then praise from me is worth more than anything. Worth more than oil, worth more than gold, worth more than platinum.
It's unfortunate that that's not how it works, but
it's how it should be.
I think that the value of things is based off of is just, it is based off of scarcity partially, but it's also based off of what the achievement means. You know what I mean? And the Nobel Peace Prize has like some meaning behind it, whereas your 8 out of 10, I feel like the meaning is just what is the meaning exactly? What is the big hook that's gonna get everybody to?
Well, all right. To be fair, most of the world's currencies are not based on any real things anymore. Yeah, none of them are based on the gold standard anymore.
The oxygen standard.
That's not a thing. No. If we're really gonna get fucking academic and granular tonight.
No, I'm all right. Let's just move on.
We're gonna
What's
do that.
the next topic?
We're gonna
talk about country songs. I listened to some other country songs that day too.
We're gonna talk about fiat currencies.
Do you want to hear some of the other country songs that I heard that day?
Danny, co-host, listen to me. Hear me out.
Combs? I like Luke Combs.
No. Just pause. Pause. Hear me out.
I'll give you like 5 seconds. So.
This is the incredibly influential and highly successful podcast talking about money and value and all that sort of thing. Directly correlates to that sort of thing. This is the original mission we set out when we formed this podcast. So talking about this is actually on brand. can I please finish my thought?
I don't think that we had a mission, but I'll
We
let
totally
you
did.
talk.
Okay. Value nowadays is based on, realistically, whatever the fuck the US government decides. That's just how it works, because most other currencies are based on the dollar. So, and the dollar is based on whatever fucking a collection of individuals. I'm not saying it's like a conspiracy or anything. It's just a collection of individuals decide that it should be, and that's just what it is. And so theoretically, all value is just what some guys, because I think it's all dudes. If I know the chairman on the Fed, and I'm sure Joe Biden has something to do with it, because he's the president and some shit, and the executive branch and the Fed and all that sort of thing. There, it's just what some dudes decide it is, and so in theory, can't I say that my praise is worth more than a Nobel Prize?
You see, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Like all of these people that make these decisions, right? They're in recognized positions of political power, right? And you are not. So you can say whatever you want, but the thing is, it's not recognized as anything to anybody except for you.
I mean,
So
counterpoint.
have
Counterpoint.
Sure. Why not? Let's just keep on.
Counterpoint.
Counterpoint. Why not? You know, we don't have anything better to do, right?
I am incredibly influential, inarguably.
In title alone, I think you are incredibly influential. Let's not.
But that is still, I am still incredibly influential.
You are self-claimed incredibly influential, which I feel like, you know, is very important to recognize here, is that the only person that's ever said that you're incredibly influential is you. You are the only person that said that.
No, there's been some others.
Oh, really? Okay, receipts. Let me see them. Where are they at?
Let me pull up on Twitter. Let me see that.
Oh, really? You have Twitter. You have little Twitter people that are just yes men to you. Like, let's see it. I want to see it. Your little Twitter yes man. Why not?
I've been referred to as incredibly influential on Twitter at
just give him a couple minutes, guys. He's gonna create a new Twitter account.
Well,
he's gonna comment on her.
I'm checking on this one because it's. Oh, there we are. From Justin Connor on September the 20th, 2022. Dear incredibly influential, I wish you the happiest of birthdays and celebrate with you.
Again, that's just a title. That doesn't mean that he thinks you're incredibly influential. It's like I named myself incredibly smart. Everybody that addresses me might not think that I'm smart. They're just addressing me. I don't. What do you not understand about this? That's not how it works.
All right. Maybe your phrasing was a little bit off there, because he does think I am incredibly influential. Otherwise, he wouldn't refer to me by that title. So
he
even
thinks
if it is just a title,
are the person. He thinks that you are the person with the title incredibly influential. He doesn't think that you are. You're getting confused here. I feel like you're thinking one way. I'm thinking another way. I think you know what I mean, but you're just acting dumb for some reason.
But
maybe you're not definitely not incredibly intelligent. That's for sure.
But counterpoint.
Oh yeah, of course. Why?
I am one of the general partners and owners of the incredibly influential and highly successful podcast. And, you know, there are no other podcasts that are incredibly influential and highly successful at the same time, you know? So I think
there are many. They just don't. They're not the title. That's not what they're called. The Joe Rogan podcast is very influential. It's very probably successful too. But you don't hear them talking about it all the time. You know why? Because they're just doing it. They're just doing it.
from a but from a legal perspective,
No, not from a
no
legal perspective, from
other
an actual perspective. They're
but
just doing it.
but legally speaking, no other podcast is incredibly influential or highly successful at the same time. Legally
Look,
speaking.
look. You're on semantics right now, and I do not appreciate it. I just feel like you're being a little silly, and I don't want to be a part of it. I
You're
don't.
right. I am getting up to some antics. That is correct.
You're just not listening now. It's so frustrating.
This is how I feel dealing with you. How does it feel that the roles have been reversed? I feel like some fucking Freaky Friday shit is happening right
It's
now.
crazy. You think that you're the one that has it bad, but I have to deal with you. You know what I mean? And you don't know what that's like. So
This is just you. This is basically my impression of you. And it's pretty exasperating, isn't it?
no, because I'm not silly most of the time. Most of the time, I'm very intelligent.
No, most of the time you're highly successful. That's
Ha ha
what I
ha!
know.
I'll give you. I'll give it like you get like a 7.
I mean, I'll take a 7. That it didn't feel like a 7's worth of effort, so I'm glad that I
Yeah,
got a return on the investment.
I was gonna give you a lower score, but I was like, I feel like I throw him a bone. He doesn't deserve it. And I was gonna say he deserves it. No, he doesn't deserve it. But
Considering this show is all about being incredibly influential and highly successful, I would say here's some advice from your old pal from your guy.
I just hate everything that's happening right now.
Your charity, pity, all that shit still counts. If you get pity laid, it still counts. If you get $20 from your fucking dad because he feels fucking sorry for you, that's still $20 fucking dollars, bro. It's still that check still rolls, my man. So fucking pity, charity, still a W right there. Fucking use it. And that's advice from your old pal, incredibly influential. There you go. Fucking take that to the bank. Put it in your pipe and smoke it.
I can't wait till my money gets to the bank, and then I can do things that are more enjoyable than this podcast. Because right now I feel like I'm just sitting through nonsense.
Unless that money can buy you a unicorn and a lot of drugs, I don't think there's anything more enjoyable than this podcast that you could afford.
It can probably buy me a lot of drugs. I don't think that that's my niche, That's not my desire, but
I don't know. What is the going rate for like cocaine nowadays? Like a gram of cocaine. I wonder how inflation is affecting that.
I don't know if it hits the drug industry quite the same, but
No, I mean it's in the market. Everything's interconnected, If the cost of living's going up, the dealers they still gotta make that money, so they're gonna raise those prices too. It's an economic thing. If you don't raise your prices, like there comes a point where if your prices are too low, it's all on the supply and demand curve, right? So if your prices are too low, people are gonna flock to you. They're gonna start buying up all your shit. You're gonna run out of supply, and the cost to supply it is gonna get higher. And you've got to find the equilibrium point where your quantity demanded and your quantity supplied are the same, and your price is reflective of that. And I think just because you're dealing in illicit substances doesn't mean that you're not subject to the same market factors,
I I just feel like we're just talking, but we're not saying anything. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just
I feel like that's this entire podcast right now. We're
may,
talking,
maybe it's
but we're
because
not saying anything. That reminds me of another song I heard actually. It was just a whole nothing song. It was, usually songs are about something. This song somehow was about nothing. And I was like, that's crazy. I didn't know that was possible. But then you just made the podcast about nothing the entire time. So I guess,
may,
it happens more often than you think, or you
maybe
listen to something, you committed for
maybe
for
it's
an
because
hour.
we're in two
If you're out
separate
here listening for
fields.
an hour, and what have you come away with? Nothing. Nothing. We talk, we talk, but 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 nothing happens. Nothing at all.
Okay,
It's
all
just
right, all right. All right, I think you are coming very, very close to understanding how I felt. Do you remember that one bit we did a long, long time ago? Well, maybe not that long, but like a couple of episodes ago, like 2 or 3 months ago, and it was you were trying to get me to look up the guy in the in the High School Musical, the series, and it was just like it didn't work as a bit because this is an audio medium and that was a visual thing, and
it's
you
not always
kept
about the viewer. Sometimes it's about just my personal enjoyment. All right. Sometimes I'm just curious. Okay.
and I
It
just
can't
kept
always
saying
be. It can't always be about them. Okay.
I I
Sometimes I gotta
I
put myself first. You understand? Or maybe you don't
I
understand. But it's not. It's not my place to say.
but I kept saying this bit isn't going to translate. It's not going to work, but you just kept insisting upon it. I think you're finally understanding how that felt. Like this, you are in my position most of like for most of these episodes, and I hope you like you're feeling it right now, and you're like, wow, this is a very frustrating experience that I'm currently going through. Maybe I should give my poor beleaguered co-host a break and stop being so deliberately obtuse constantly.
Who's knocking on my door? Let me check this out.
I felt like that was going to be like a setup to like some kind of like knock knock joke, like some kind of deconstruction to a knock knock joke, but no. I think someone just legitimately knocked on his door, and he
Yeah.
didn't know who
Apparently,
it
I
was.
have. Apparently, I have a package over there. I need to get in a second. Let's see.
Sorry about that. Uh, um, there's a joke in there somewhere about small packages and dicks and like a euphemism for a penis. I think somewhere in there's some good material in there, but it's getting a little bit late in the episode for that, and I I'm usually not one to shy away from a penis joke. I think they are very funny, really the pinnacle of comedy. But I feel like maybe I should move on to pastures new, and maybe I'll leave you to make the dick jokes. So hit me with your best one.
No.
That was fucking anticlimactic. Fuck you. Um
I'm glad I could help.
uh seems kind of stupid. Sorry, I'm just looking at something that's more important. Um that is no, that doesn't work. Um hmm. All right, I could work with that one. Okay. Sorry, I was not paying attention to anything you said, even though you didn't say anything. Um,
I hate you.
what did I do this time? What do you
What?
mean?
Why do you ask me things? Why do we? What?
You all right there, bud? I it from the sounds of it, it sounds like you had like a
Why?
pretty stress free, or maybe not stress free, but like not very stressful weekend. It seems like it was going pretty well for you, but
How does that
eh, you
one
know,
clip go? Where it's just like where he goes just to suffer. How does
uh,
it, I
why are
forget
we
how it's
still
going.
here just to suffer? Something about arms
Yes,
and legs. I don't know.
yes,
Uh,
that's how I feel right now. It's like, well,
Hideo
I
Kojima's kind of a
the
dumbass,
the
in
arms
my
and legs
opinion.
part doesn't matter. It's just why are we here? Just to suffer. That's how I feel.
I,
Just
I
why are we here? Is this just this is just pain?
this really does feel like a Freaky Friday moment, Like I am feeling like it, I'm hearing the words that I say come out of your mouth, and it's really weird to hear them. It's really weird to just hear the exasperatedness and just the sheer cynicism and unwillingness to continue with living um out of somebody else's voice while I'm feeling particularly chipper. I thought this weekend, I was stressed out. I was just fucking done, 200% done with it, because Friday night was not a great night. But here I am. I'm kind of cool as a cucumber. I'm kind of happier than a pig in a pile of shit. And you know, I is this another well, maybe it's not another episode with no negativity. I don't think I'll ever do another one of those again. But um I don't feel that bad, to be honest. Oh, I did have another point that I wanted to make. I want to create a new word. Um how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that?
I don't know what to do anymore. I'm just
I I I I'm gonna pitch it to you, right? I'm doing my little elevator pitch here, right? So I think
I
that
just understand what you want from me anymore. To be honest, I'm like
so the
you're
word
just
usage, right? And utilize, right? Like if you are to utilize something, or if something has utility, I think the act of utilizing something should not be utilization, but rather utilage, much like usage, right? So it's similar words. I think utilage would be a neat little word, because it sounds right already, and you could slip it in to one of the dictionaries, and people would just be like, "Yeah, that sounds right." Sure, like that, you could say that had already been in there for hundreds, thousands of years. It could have been. I think I think we could really get some mileage out of the word utilage. So Oxford English Dictionary, Merriam-Webster, Cambridge. If any of you guys are listening, hit me up. Utilage, utilage. Put it in your next edition, fellas. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I I think this has been a very productive episode. We fixed a shit. How many times did that song go platinum? uh,
it was a super big song, and it was super. It's always been a good song, and it's always gonna be a
uh,
good song.
it won the Grammy Award for Best Country Song. Wow. Wow. And let's see accolades. So the Academy of Country Music Awards won Video of the Year. It was nominated for Song of the Year and Single Record of the Year. Grammy Awards, Best Country Song, and Best Female Country Vocal Performance. It was nominated for Song of the Year, but unfortunately it did not win. Let's see. Is it? Okay, so it was certified platinum 7 times over. And I just fixed it. So I'm not going to say that I am the best songwriter alive.
No.
But
That's not them. That's not.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
Say it. Let's not.
I'm just saying that I've never seen anyone else fix a 7 times platinum song in like 4 words. Just boom. Fixed it instantly. And who wrote up a grammatical dissertation about it, you know? I think, you know, I think I deserve some credits for that. And then I came up with a brand new word for dictionaries to plug into their you know, dictionaries, and we can just pretend like it was always there. And yeah, I think it's a very productive episode. I broke you. You're just completely broken at this point, and I think that's really funny. Because I'm normally in that position, and now you have to understand what it's like to live in my shoes. It sucks, doesn't it?
I hate you.
Oh my god, it's like an auditory mirror. It's really funny. I like you more like this because you're more like me. So just keep that in mind.
No.
It's funny. It's really funny to just hear someone go through the amount of pain that I normally do. That's so nice. There's been so many episodes of just me going absolutely apeshit, fucknuts, insane, and getting super pissed. And now I just feel like there's this load has been lifted off. Is this how it normally feels for you? Just like listening to me get just absolutely furious just all the time? Is this just how it feels for you?
I don't know what you want from me.
Can you speak up a little bit?
I just feel like maybe we should
Oh yeah, we should do the big red button. Yes, indeed. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah. So I've got a little little question for you. Are you prepared? I'm going to take that as a yes. All right. Anywho, so if you press this button, you are now the creative director at any game development or movie studio or music studio, any art firm of your choice. You are now the creative director at one of those studios or art houses or whatever you want to call it. So you're a director at a studio of your choice, but every negative review and negative thought every negative review and negative social media comment is beamed directly into your brain.
There was so much that you just said. Say it again.
Okay, more concise. Sorry. You are the director at a creative studio, any media you want, and any studio you want, but every negative review of one of your products and every negative like social media post or comment or whatever is beamed into your brain directly.
No, I'm alright.
You don't want to go more into that?
No, I think I'm alright. I think I'll just keep the life I have. I don't need to be one of those people. I'll
You
enjoy
don't
my peace and quiet, you know.
you don't want to make Overwatch 3? You don't want to make Hollow Knight 3?
You need to understand, right, Nick? First of all, the second Hollow Knight isn't gonna be called Hollow Knight. It's gonna be called Silk Song. So it wouldn't make sense to go back to Hollow Knight
I
3
thought it was
immediately.
called Hollow Knight 2 Silk Song, or maybe
I
just Hollow Knight
I thought
colon Silk Song.
I think it's just gonna be called Silk Song.
If you
But
just call it Silk Song, that's stupid. See, it's already
well,
started. It's already started. I'm beaming the negative thoughts directly into your brain. It's incredible, isn't it?
let's verify why not. Yes, it is Hollow Knight Silk Song, but still, it's not Hollow Knight 2. So the point still stands.
Okay, all
You
right.
just add a
In
3 to the end of it.
okay, all right. Don't you want to
Also,
make the
Overwatch 2 is just the same thing as Overwatch 1. It's just a very big update. It's not even a new game. So it doesn't make sense to add a third one because it's you see what I'm trying to say? It just doesn't make sense.
Jesus Christ, you really do sound like me. Oh my god. Is that you saying something negative about Overwatch 2? Wow.
Look, here's the thing. Overwatch is a fun game, but they didn't really do anything innovative in the second release of it. I'm not gonna lie. They just kind of
Slapped a
see
2 on the end
stopped the tune. There you go.
and made another 100 gigabyte install.
Um, they did add like new maps, new characters. Like I said, it's just one big update.
Uh,
Uh, it wasn't anything revolutionary though. They took
I
away a lot more than I feel like they added, to be honest.
I'm not sure Overwatch 1 was really all that revolutionary, to be honest.
Um, it wasn't, but there's not a lot of games nowadays that are
It's
like
basically just
those team objective based activities or game modes, right? A lot of games focus on the killing enemies or eliminating enemies as like the main game mode, right? In Overwatch, that's not the main game mode. I feel like that's the difference, right? It's more of like the team based type of game uh thing. It's objective team based gameplay.
see. I just thought it was 7 parts
It's
Super
also
Smash, 3 parts Counter
it's
Strike.
it's it's that. It's also the fact that there's like dozens of different classes. Every single character has its own play style. So technically, there's a lot of replayability because even if you've played the game a whole bunch, there's always new characters to try, and each character has its own play styles, own
Yeah, like I said,
skill lanes,
it's
its
just
own
7 parts
like.
Super Smash, 3 parts Counter Strike, and Valorant is just 7 parts Counter Strike, 3 parts Super Smash.
I
So
I
it's
he- I heard Overwatch 2 compared to Team Fortress 2 a lot, but I never played Team Fortress 2, so I can't personally make that comparison.
I feel like you're kind of missing out on it now, considering they literally had to do a big trending hashtag to be like, "Hey, can you fix this fucking game, Valve?" Considering
Oh
it's
yeah,
completely broken.
no, it's not broken. I think the problem, from what I heard, is that there's just a lot of hackers on it, and there's no real way to enjoy the game anymore.
Well, I would say that that is broken. I would say that is some
Um,
kind of broken.
it's not necessarily because of the game though, which is why I wouldn't say broken, but I see what you're going for right there.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I I mean I maybe combining uh like the idea of Super Smash and Counter Strike together is something, but like, eh. eh, 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 eh. Fucking, it's whatever. Super Smash wasn't really all that innovative as like a fighting game either. Nothing is innovative. Nobody ever has original ideas. It's all just mixing and matching other people's ideas. Um yeah, nothing original has ever existed. You are not unique. There's a million more people just like you. You are completely replaceable. You are going to die. You're welcome. Do you have anything more to add?
No.
Okay. I want to thank our patron, Justin Connor. Your support means a lot to us. It helps us bring this show out to you guys every week. And if you want to help support us, patreon.com/IIHS podcast. All one word. Those are the letters IIHS podcast. On Twitter and Instagram, we are at IIHS podcast. Ouch. That broke my eardrums.
Maybe you deserve it.
Yeah. Follow us on those. That's where we announce new episodes. If you want to do a Q&A type stuff, if you want to ask us any questions, hit us up there. We'll either answer you there or we'll put it in an episode. Any topic requests, that's a good place to do that as well. And yeah. Can't really think of anything else I wanted to add. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you've made it this far, very appreciated. You're one of the real ones. And I guess I just want to say I've been incredibly influential,
And I've been highly successful.
and we'll catch you guys next week.